So Kill the Justice League just came out and it's a video game. I'm usually of the opinion that a game can stand on its own as at least competent if it has decent enough gameplay, even if the story is garbage. I'm not sure I can say the same here though. I'm gonna be honest, ever since its announcement, this game always gave me sort of a weird vibe. And to be fair, part of me was like, you know what? It's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. I mean, you take this group of losers and make a whole game about them having to somehow defeat the Justice League, who are basically, gods. I mean, that's gotta be interesting, right? But another part of me was like, well, I mean, I like the Justice League. They're like some of my favorite superheroes, so I don't really want to see them die, especially by the hands of these losers. But even then, I still had some hope that if they at least respected the characters and didn't just kill them with no fanfare at all, then maybe this could actually work. What on earth were they thinking? This reminds me of this little game that people like to reckon about all the time. It's called The Last of Us Part 2, and there's actually a very simple reason why people hate this game so much. Yeah, that. I never actually hated The Last of Us Part 2, but after witnessing what they did in Kill the Justice League, I now fully understand what people were on about back then. I love the Justice League, and I especially love Batman. So you cannot expect me or anyone else to look at this and somehow be happy. So to be honest, I didn't really think they would have the balls to really kill the Justice League. I mean, I figured they would just, do something else, like they don't really die or something, you know what I mean. And I wish I was right. I'm not here to talk about the gameplay and mechanics or whatever. All I want to talk about is how they treated these characters, especially Batman. Every member of the league has its own little boss fight with some fanfare behind it, and it's all well and good up until the point that you defeat them and they just fall on the ground dead. They barely manage to even say any last words or anything. You just shoot them, and then there you go, they're dead. The Justice League on the ground with a fucking bullet in their brains. Superman, strongest man in the universe, gets a lot of build up on how much of a threat he is. Yeah, this is how he dies. And it's treated like a party. Like, this is great. Like, we are supposed to be cheering for them. Harley Quinn, of all people, shoots Batman in the face and says this:
"Time for us bad guys to save the world."
And before she does it, she goes on a whole monologue about Batman and whatever the fuck else she said. Like he's always been a bad guy, like she was right all the time. I couldn't watch this scene without cringing. What is it with people trying to portray our heroes as the bad guys? And I don't mean the actual literal sense with them being possessed and all that. First they call Batman a fascist for some reason in that other movie, and then they shoot him in the face in the game where Kevin Conroy gave one of his last performances as Batman. That's another thing. Rocksteady, the people behind the Arkham games, are the developers of this. And for some reason they thought it'd be a great idea to have this be canon to the Arkham universe. So yeah, after all those games, all the moments we had with Arkham Batman, this is what he gets. Just casually shot in the face while sitting on a bench, having been defeated by a bunch of idiots that could never realistically beat the Batman. Also, Batman kills Robin off screen. Robin? Yeah, that one dies off screen.
Robin was here. I do not think he won.
So I guess we're just supposed to believe that the squad just happens to find the Batcave and just walk in with no issues, no security or anything. And then Batman hits them with the Scarecrow toxic gas, but I guess Harley is just immune for some reason. So they just shoot this Batman hallucination monster or something. And that somehow translates into the real Batman getting all beat up like that. I mean, alright, and then they just kill him. Kevin Conroy gives one of his last performances as Batman, only to just die shot in the face by Harley Quinn. And they have the audacity to have this tribute to Kevin in the post-credits scene, like his role in this game mattered at all, and his character wasn't disrespected and thrown in the garbage like nothing. If this same tribute was in the last game of the actual Arkham series, I'd even say it was pretty good. How Lois says that we all knew his voice of all things, it would have been very fitting. But here, it means nothing. Batman fucking died, and they expected us to cheer for it. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda cried here. Not because I thought it was a very good tribute, but because I could not believe that they did this to one of my favorite superheroes. We deserved better. Batman deserved better. Kevin deserved better.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman!
So here's what I stand. This game is not canon. It's not part of the Arkhamverse. I mean, they could have so easily just made it a separate universe, especially considering that there's two Deadshots for some reason. Like, What? They don't even try to elaborate on it. There's just 2 Deadshots that look nothing like each other, but for some reason just so happen to share the exact same name and backstory and whatever the fuck else. But no, yeah, Rocksteady just went ahead and said, yeah, this is part of the Arkham-verse, lol. I have no idea who thought it would be a good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and try to forget that this game exists. Bye.